Good day everyone, welcome to channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. My name is Carl, Registered Migration Agent. Today I'd like to share a bit more information in regards to subclass 482 under the stream of the Labour Agreement and substream of the Dharma, what they call DAMA, stands for Designated Area Migration Agreement. Now, thanks to the viewers who had left a comment that wanted me to put more explanation and descriptions on what Dharma visa is about. So today I would like to take this opportunity to let you know a bit more detail about the Dharma, Designated Area Migration Agreement. So basically, what is that? Now, Dharma is an agreement that's coined by the state government and also the federal government, where they are looking to set up a specific agreement to assist and facilitate regional Australia's growth. So in regards to the actual agreement, which allows a regional employer to actually sponsor skilled migrants or skilled workers into the area for a concessional levels of criterias. For example, English might not require to pass competent level. The TESMIT, the required salary rate, does not have to follow the standard national rate. It can be a bit lower because some of the occupation are not classified as professionals. So today I'd like to take this opportunity to go through numbers of different websites to actually show you how that will work. Now, before we begin and jump into the actual web pages, I'd like to let you know that Dharma, although it's a concessional rate of the skills, but there's still a lot of competition out there. So the better that your career profile is, the better the acceptance is for you. Now, key here is you are required to find a Dharma sponsor. So even if you have the criteria and you have the will and willing to actually go and work there, if there is no job offer or acceptance by the Dharma agreed sponsors, you cannot even lodge this visa. So where do we find that? Stay tuned into the very last bit of my video. You'll see that very soon. So let me jump into the first initiated state, which is the Northern Territory, where they were the actual first state that initiated the Dharma agreement. So as you can see, once you put in Dharma NT, Northern Territory, you will jump into this web page straight away. So in the beginning of this year, they actually improved it by accepting more and more occupations, and these occupations, once I click here and this link here, it will jump into this website where they are bringing more occupation there. So let's have a look. There are some general occupation that you can see on the general skill migration checklist, but they included more. They included skill level 4 occupations. What are they? So account clerks, look at this. So even if you're just doing some accounting keying of data, you are eligible to actually lodge under a Dharma agreement, but you need to find a Dharma accredited sponsor in Northern Territory. Okay, and I'll tell you how we can find that. Okay, and agricultural horticultural mobile plant operator. Okay, let's have a look more of the level 4: bar attendant, supervisor, barista. Okay, beauty therapist, bookkeeper, bus driver. If you do find a job there and get a Dharma sponsor to sponsor you, you can actually do that too. Childcare worker, crowd controller. Well, I'm not too sure how that will work, but I do know one of the Dharma sponsor is a casino. So if a casino wanted to sponsor you under crowd controller, here we go. Deckhand, so work at the port. Dental assistant, earth moving, excavator operator. I'm sorry there. Forklift driver. Obviously that generally will work in a factory. Gaming worker. Wow. So if a sports club has a keno and require a gaming worker there, you will be able to be accepted. Hotel motel receptionist. Wow, so that you can see that it's actually opened up a very, very wide opportunity for a lot of different skilled workers there. So retail supervisor, tour guide, even truck driver, general vegetable grower. So as you can see, you can actually Google and find this as well. So since 2019, as you might notice, the Australian government had announced more and more towards a regional growth for the migration plan. So in addition to that, numbers of other state government had also announced cooperation into the Dharma agreement. So one of them is the South Australia and also Western Australia, where at the place of Kalgoorlie and also in Victoria has joined the Dharma. So these places are not, well, generally about pretty far away from major cities, but a state like South Australia, the whole Adelaide is within the Dharma scheme as well. Now, Queensland has not announced where they want to do it, but I'm quite excited to see how that would happen anyway. But if you do like our channel, make sure you subscribe and you'll get that updated news as soon as news is coming out. Okay, now let's jump into South Australia. So South Australia also announced they're joining into the Dharma provided under subclass 4A2 visas, but there has been a recent news in regards to different party and opposition parties debating about utilizing Dharma to actually drop down the salary rate to improve and increase the numbers of migrant workers. But again, would that be hit with the local workers there? Well, look, it really requires the sponsor, who is going to be the employer and sponsor. For instance, if it's a very rare business sponsor has been accredited under Dharma, obviously you do it without no problem, because no local worker can be sought anyway. But it can't be general retail shops like coffee shops and things like that. I don't think the state government will allow that too. So it's more of a political talks and news to gaining. As you know, the federal government election is coming up anyway, so there's a lot of chit chat about this. Now let's jump into the news release. This was on the 6th of April 2019. Obviously, the Immigration Minister David Coleman and also jointly with the South Australian government had announced the start of the Dharma system for South Australia as well. Now, the detail here that I want to take you into next will be where you can actually find these Dharma sponsors. So what I'll do, I'll include the link, a direction link from my website directly to immigration website in the content below. So once you click it, you can go and find it. Okay, now let's jump into that web page here, which I will provide a link in my description. So this web page is from the Immigration Department's web page, where it shows nominating position, and it's under labor agreement. So Dharma is actually under labor agreement as well, but you can see under labor agreement there's specific other different type of sub list here. Obviously we are under the designated area migration agreement here. Now all we need to do is, if you see here with the sort and also the labor agreement search button, we can actually go down to, let's have a look, list of labor agreements. You see that little select LA type here. Let's click on that and tick the designated area migration agreement. Then you will be shown with the list of all the Dharma sponsors now. Okay, now there are 3 pages of these sponsors at the moment. Okay, I'm just taking you through very quickly 3 pages. Now, as you had noticed, I mentioned in early 2019, there has been several different states nominated and signed agreement with the federal government to engage in DAMA agreements. Now, problem here is, from my search here, and you can do that too, I have not seen any employer in this list had the start date from 2019. Interestingly, meaning that since the announcement of a joining signed agreement for the federal and the numbers of different state government, as you can see, I'm just going through all of them, there is no 2019 approved sponsor. So what's going on here? Obviously, I have no idea. That means, would it just mean politician talking trash? I don't know. I suspect it's actually moving at the moment, and the state government required to promote more to allow the business sponsor to actually know there's such agreement that they can utilize to actually sponsor skilled migrants into the regional areas wherever they are. So the sponsor then will go to the state government to apply to become a Dharma sponsor. I suspect that these kind of information has not been publicly announced properly, so not many business sponsors actually know how to utilize this, and not many migration agents out there could actually facilitate and helped to draft the agreement to actually submit it to the state government. So unfortunately, that, as you can see, there's no new one coming out, but there's also possible stop on this is due to the election as well. So whether or not this will continue to be, I do believe it's a very good structure and criteria for a lot of incentive provided to a lot of skilled migrants to go to regional area of Australia. But if you're following my the channel, you will know there's also 491 and 494 is coming out. How would these be weighted against the Dharma? I really don't know. I think most of these news came out, they are for good, but whether they have thought twice or three times or think more and planned it better, let's wait until the election finishes and see how this can all be implemented. Okay, so if you do have any information query in regards Dharma or other visas, you're more than welcome to leave a comment, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.